What's up, everyone? This is Cool91. Today we're going to be doing a new list video. My top 10 metal releases from the 80s. Obviously, there's a fuck ton of amazing bands from that era, but I wanted to narrow it down and make a definitive list, mainly so I can go refer back to it, but, you know, that's a whole other thing. We're listening to possibly the most 80s metal record ever, Slayer, Show No Mercy. This is not on the list, mainly just because I don't listen to Slayer that much anymore. But I will always respect the first couple Slayer records. Show No Mercy is very fucking evil. Same with Hell Awaits and Live Undead. Live Undead kicks ass. So, alright, so like I said, top 10 metal records of the 80s. Number 10, we got Sodom, Persecution Mania. This was one of my first extreme metal records. I listened to this way before I listened to In the Sign of Evil, or Obsessed by Cruelty. And to me, this was the peak of Sodom, and to me, it still is. I know that's crazy to a lot of people. I know most people agree, without any question, that In the Sign of Evil was their best work, which I can respect. In the Sign of Evil was good, it's very evil, but it always has lacked a charm to me. It doesn't really stick with me. Whereas Persecution Mania always has. Electrocution, Persecution Mania, the song, Enchanted Land, Sodomy and Lust, Outbreak of Evil. Outbreak of Evil is probably the most intense song on here, along with Nuclear Winter. But Enchanted Land is just it's really interesting. It's really mid-paced, really evil, wretched sounding first wave black metal. So yeah, Sodom, Persecution Mania. Did they tame it up from In the Sign of Evil? Yes, but I think they gained a lot more personality that way. I think the first two Sodom records, as great as they are, it's hard to disassociate them with other bands, you know? You can listen to, say, Sodom and Sign of Evil and think, oh, this is like a Bathory clone, or a Venom clone, or a Hellhammer clone. With Persecution Mania, you can't do that, which I don't necessarily think it makes it inherently better, but I do like it more, partly because of that. So, Persecution Mania, killer classic record. Next we have number 9, we have Altars of Madness. This is, for a long time, I loved everything by Morbid Angel in the early years, but Altars of Madness never stuck with me. But coming back to it throughout the years, I realized this record is just absolutely flawless front to back. My favorite songs in here are probably Chapel of Ghouls, Suffocation, and probably Evil Spells. Evil Spells is incredible. Morbid Angel, while they were not the first death metal band, they were not the first black metal band, they were not the first grindcore band, they were not the first to any of that, but to me they were the most they were the first metal band to just be full out evil, full out satanic, you know? I mean, you got Sarcofago, you got Slayer, you got Bathory. Those bands are very satanic and very evil, but Morbid Angel kind of took it up the notch to me. And yeah, so Morbid Angel, Altars of Madness, just an unbelievably tightly performed record with Pete Sandoval on drums, David Vincent on vocals, Trey Azagoth, just a timeless lineup. And yeah, it's just unbelievably iconic. It would go on to become an influence for the second wave of death metal, like Cannibal Corpse, Immolation, Malevolent Creation. But to me, this was never really passed, by like Immolation. I think Immolation is better than this record, but this record is in the 80s and Immolation isn't, so it's on the list. But yeah, Morbid Angel, Altars of Madness, timeless. Next we have Slaughterlord, Thrash Till Death, 1986-87. This is the demo compilation, as well as, I think it's 2 extra songs not on their demo compilation. This is just unbelievably evil and nasty sounding first wave black metal, black thrash, whatever you want to call it. The song Die by Power, Taste of Blood, Legion, Steel Lords of War, all unbelievable songs. I said in an Instagram post, this gives stuff like In the Sign of Evil, Show No Mercy, Sarcofago, I. It gives all of that a run for its money. It's just unbelievably evil and badass and just determined sounding. It's very like angry. I love it. It's just incredible. These guys only did this one release, and it's a shame because this record is unbelievable. It really takes you back to a time. It's like a time capsule, similar to like Sodom or Sarcofago. Sarcofago is so quintessentially 80s. Slaughter the Lord is quintessentially 80s. So Slaughter the Lord, Fresh Till Death, unbelievable record. Next we have Bathory, The Return. Same with Persecution Mania. For a long time, same with Ultras and Madness. For a long time, I did not really understand this record. I thought the debut was way better. I thought Under the Sign of the Black Mark was way better. I thought Bloodfire Death was way better. I thought this was kind of just the child of the first album, but worse. Only to realize later down the line, this is way better than the debut in every single way conceivable, and better than those other two records I mentioned. What I love about my copy is the track list is not on the back. It's just this fucking column thing. So I can't even look in the back and tell you what I like. Let's see. Okay, so Total Destruction, that's just a blistering song. Born for Burning, that's one of the best metal songs ever. Reap of Evil, Rite of Darkness. Rite of Darkness is one of my favorite riffs of all time. So this is all just unbelievably dark. This is a very dark record. It just sounds wicked. This is a very dark and evil first wave black metal record by one of the godfathers of black metal, if not the godfather. So yeah, Bathory, Return of Darkness and Evil, unbelievably iconic. That I think even for its time, I think even now it's still pretty impressive how dark this was for its time. Like I said, you got Sodom, you got Hellhammer, you got Sarcofago, but nothing was as dark and like oppressive as this. This was very oppressively dark. Like it had like a dark necro atmosphere. Like you're in a dark dingy cave kind of thing. So yeah, Bathory, Return of Darkness and Evil, unbelievable. Speaking of Hellhammer, we have the Hellhammer demos. This is the 2 CD compilation of the Satanic Rites demo and the Death Fiend and Triumph of Death demo. Satanic Rites demo I don't love. It sounds way closer to Apocalyptic Raids, and Apocalyptic Raids I've never liked. I mean, it's good, of course, but it whatever. It's basically just Celtic Frost. So in my mind, I'm like, why would I have Celtic Frost Hellhammer when I can listen to the demo era Hellhammer with Death Fiend? Death Fiend is one of the best metal records, period. Blood Insanity, Death Fiend, Chainsaw, Hammerhead. Hammerhead is so good. Blood Insanity, though, is definitely number one. Angel of Destruction is amazing. Power of Satan, Crucifixion, all unbelievable songs that are, like I said, with every band before this, were shockingly evil for their time. Blood Insanity and Chainsaw specifically are just so evil that it sounds like there's a pool of blood in their mouth while they're screaming the lyrics, and they're just covered in cuts from like a sword or something. That's what it feels like. Just unbelievably menacing and badass fun that it doesn't get better than this. Alright, that was the first 5, correct? Yep, first 5. So, with that we go to number 5. We have Endless Pain by Kreator. This is the debut full-length, or EP, I think it's a full-length though. The debut full-length from Kreator. Kreator is a band that it took me a long time to get into. Not because they were too extreme or anything, mostly because I just didn't really care about them. I had Sodom, I had Destruction, and I had Slayer, so I was like, what's the point? Kreator fucking ruled so hard. This is first wave black metal, just period. This is not thrash, this is first wave black metal. Favorite song on here is definitely Total Death and Bonebreaker. Take Their Lives is amazing as well, but Bonebreaker and Total Death is wicked sounding. You could compare it to a Sarcofago song and say that it's the same band if you didn't know any better. So yeah, Endless Pain, Kreator. This is just incredibly chuggy and fast and brutal and evil and wicked sounding first wave black metal that I think is better than anything Sodom or Destruction ever did. As much as I love Destruction and Sodom, I don't think they ever did anything as good as this. So, Endless Pain, Kreator, timeless record that it doesn't get better with age per se, but you can appreciate it more the more you listen to it. It doesn't get tired, you know? You can listen to, like, say, the first Venom record, and you can hear how dated it is, and because of that, you might get turned off. Not the case with this. You can hear how dated this is and still be like, holy fuck, this is killer. So, yeah, Kreator in this band. Speaking of Kreator, we have one more Kreator record. For number 4, we have Kreator, Pleasure to Kill. This is when Kreator really came into their own. And this is when they became a bit more thrashy, but still very, 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 very black metal. Let's see, Ripping Corpse, Pleasure to Kill, Rite of Violence, The Pestilence, Carrion, Under the Guillotine, and on here it has the Flag of Hate EP, so Flag of Hate is also awesome. My favorite song on here is probably The Pestilence. The vocal, the last verse of the song, The Pestilence, is just absolutely disgusting sounding. So yeah, Kreator, Pleasure to Kill, this is basically, in my mind, this is a more thrashy version of this record, but still very, very black metal. So yeah, Kreator, Pleasure to Kill, this was the most intense thing from its style at the time. None of the German contemporaries were doing stuff as intense as this. Sodom, let's see, at that time, this is, I think, 86. So at that time, they had Persecution Mania, Obsessed by Cruelty, and The Sign of Evil. In my mind, none of them compared to this. Destruction, they had Infernal Overkill. I think they had just put out Eternal Devastation, and then they had Sentence to Death. None of them compared to this. And then Tankard, get the fuck out of here with Tankard. Nobody cares about Tankard. So the point being, I don't think anybody fucked with Kreator back then, and now it's just as timeless as you could ever think it would be. So yeah, timeless record. For number 3, we have Repulsion, Horrified. You know, you may not believe it, but this was one of the first metal records I ever heard. I heard this around the same time I heard Scream Bloody Gore and Soulside Journey by Dark Throne. Those were the first couple records that I got into on my own. They were really an extreme metal. But Repulsion has always stuck with me. I didn't know they were grindcore when I first got into them. I just considered them death metal or whatever. But anyway, point being, Repulsion is one of those bands that will never get old. This album I listened to as a whole cohesive whole, so I'm not really familiar with the track list per se, but all these songs are absolutely killer. Most of them are blisteringly fast grindcore, but some of them are mid-paced with bits and pieces of blistering fast thrown in with them. So it's just incredible stuff. The vocals are just nasty sounding. They sound like they're recorded in a garage, while the vocalist is just like drunk or like just smoked a cigarette. So it's just really dirty and dingy sounding. And then the demos on here are on here as well, and those are just iconic. Those are just nasty. To me, they will go on to influence like Anal Con. So yeah, Repulsion, Horrified, unbelievably classic album. That doesn't get better than this. So yeah, Repulsion, Horrified. Number 2, we have Impetigo, Ultimo Mondo Cannibal. This is the debut full length from Impetigo, and this is just a fucking awesome, so good record. Same with Repulsion. I always listen to this album front to back. I never like listen to a song, look at the track list, listen to the song, look at the track list. I don't do that. I just put it on, and if I like it, I like it. But I do know some songs in here pretty well. Let's see, Bloody Pit of Horror, The Bad Dreams, Who's Fucking Who. My favorite song on here is probably Who's Fucking Who and Revenge of the Scabby Man. Revenge of the Scabby Man is just pure, just fucking hilarity. It is absolutely unhinged grindcore. So yeah, Impetigo. This is early grindcore, as I said, with a lot of death metal influence. It's just very unhinged, and it would go on to influence stuff like Exhumed and Mortician. But to me, Impetigo will always be the most interesting of those couples of that style, because they were not only the first, but they also they had a character that the other ones just simply didn't. So yeah, Impetigo, Ultimo, Mondo Cannibal, incredible record. Alright, for number 1, we have a band that has been brought up multiple times in this video, Sarcofago, INRI. I actually got this record on LP for the first time the other day. It's right there, but you can't see it. This is, like I said, this is the 80s metal scene put into a record. Fast, hungry, perverse, lustful, hateful. This is the peak of 80s metal to me, and my favorite song on here is definitely Bathory and Death Thrash. This album, like I said, is just the amalgamation of everything in the early 80s. You got Hellhammer, you got Bathory, you got Slayer, you got King Diamond. All those bands this album is the amalgamation of all those bands put into one LP. And it is the most intense, the most evil, the most fun record to ever come out of that scene. So, Sarcofago, Bathory, with one record, they certified their legacy, and then after that, everything was just unnecessary. I love Rotting is good. The one with the fucking pink cover or whatever, Midnight Queen or whatever it's called, that one's okay. Laws of Scourge, that one's okay. But Bathory is where it's at. So, yeah, unbelievable record that if you have not heard, you must finish watching this video and check it out. So, Bathory. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to comment below your top 5, top 10, whatever, 80s metal records. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.